and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network for a Thursday. It is Thursday, right? It is Thursday, as a matter of fact. NFL schedule release Thursday. Guys, this is going to be very simple here today. Oh, by the way, my name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, just wrapping up his interview with Sirius XM Fight Nation. He was in the house last night at Little Caesars Arena. Yeah. So we will, look. Let's just cut the crap, all right?
Top guys.
Yeah. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, they're here. You're here on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tap into that. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys know the drill by now. This is very, very simple, all right? I know the schedule drops tonight. The leaks are coming out. We kind of know a lot of what the scenarios are, a lot of what the games are, and we know what it starts with. I'm giving everybody an opportunity now, D-Mac. Everybody get in, because at 11:14, when we go to the show's first segment, I'm taking the floor for 90 seconds. I have some thoughts. I'm going to put them out there. I'm not dicking around.
Well, hey, you know what? I'm one of those people that I want to smoke. You know, I'm stoked. I'm not scared. Let's throw the champs at us in their barn while they're raising their banner right off the rip. It doesn't get any hardcore than that, right? Any more hardcore than that? Let's see what we got. That's perfect. I know. I guarantee, instead of sitting here going, "Oh, woe is me," Alan Park, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, that whole group. You know, if anybody didn't get an opportunity, go check out the Cam Sutton interview by the Bottom Line yesterday. Guys are hungry. Why not start out here? Can't be the worst thing going up against the defending champions.
Logan Stutzman of the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says 11:14 is going to be a movie. It will. 100% it will. And again, I have some thoughts on it and the direction we're going to go. And I got a feeling this schedule, there are so many side angles to this. We could do this show on the schedule.
Oh, yeah.
That hasn't even come out yet.
It hasn't released yet.
Like, think about this,
But there
guys.
are rumors. There are rumors that they're going to... the Packers are more than likely Thanksgiving Day game.
And Thursday night, week 4.
And a Thursday night,
at
week
Lambeau.
4. Yeah, so we're having 3 Thursday games for the Lions this year. And we're going to end the season home against Minnesota.
And I don't know what it is. And look, guys, I'll be full disclosure. I wasn't fully prepared for all of this. You know what? Like, I knew it was going to be a story. I know we geek out at dumb stuff, especially as NFL fans. I know we do. Look at us at the NFL draft, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
We do it for 4 months straight. And I knew it. I knew it was going to have some grip. But, D-Mac, there's just something about it when it becomes real and there's dates and it's in front of you. And I'm listening to stories, people booking travel to Kansas City. Can you imagine what a ticket is going to be in Kansas City?
When you that's what you said. When you brought up we could talk so many different angles on this, you know, I did mention the fact that they will be raising a banner. Their fans will want to be there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really
You think you want to be there?
Ticket.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. It's going to be unbelievable. People booking the travel. They're getting ready to go now. David Mentier says we're NFL simps. We are. We 100% are. There is no question about it. But we're going to get into it. There is a lot of side angles to get to. Mike G, rule breaker. The pink is dope. Could you flip up the collar for the fans? I mean, I'll do a segment with the flipped up collar.
Nice.
There we go.
Remind me, Mike G. How about the bridge segment, the 11:56 segment?
There we go.
To the second hour. I'll pop the collar.
That's what it's all about.
I'll pop the collar for the people. D-Mac, I'm shot out of a cannon today, and I don't know why. You should be. You came from AEW last night.
Beautiful day. Everybody who's down there last night for AEW. What a great show. The Carney Don Callis. Turned on Kenny Omega at the end with the screwdriver. It was crazy. Biggest pop of the night, though, Miro came back. And the whole arena went crazy when he walked into Tony Khan's office. I mean, people don't tune in to whatever else. We can talk wrestling all
Tony
day
Khan,
long.
Jaguars family.
Well, there it is. It's a football.
Their schedule's coming out tonight,
turn it back to football, anything like that.
They're playing 2 games overseas. Their stadium's going offline in a couple years, so they can do renovations.
Let's touch a little bit on Toronto staying alive. And Edmonton.
Yeah, everybody
staying alive.
in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, get it in now. This is our only chance today.
That's
all right?
it.
Let's get it in
That's
right
why I
now.
figured
Sam
we'd rip it
Flannel,
off the
don't
bat.
worry. We're going to address you coming up in a couple minutes, too. But yes,
So
I
you're
got
gonna
what
get
I
your
wanted.
wish.
I got what I wanted.
You're going to get your wish.
And D-Mac, as the game was getting ready to start, I sat there and I was like, you know what? I do want the smoke. I do want them to have hope. I want it. I want the chance that they could do the impossible and set the hockey world on fire. I want that chance because I want to see their faces. I want to see their faces
so now,
when it ends.
do you want Toronto to lose at home in Game 6, or do you want them to go to Game 7 and lose?
Well, they're going to Game 5. Toronto, Florida,
right, that's
Toronto.
Right. Okay, so do you want it 5, 6, 7? Like, do you want it? That's what I meant. Do you want it to go all the way to Game 7?
No, I don't want that much smoke. I just want them to lose in Game 5.
You want them to lose in Game 5?
I just want it to be on their ice.
Toronto to suffer
and I want
defeat
them
at home.
I want them to have to look at it
at home
and have to see it.
Now, was the crowd? Was the Toronto fans out there celebrating? Were there more than you thought there'd be?
Outside, yeah. I mean, either they crammed them all into the camera shot, or they were all out there like the sickos they are.
But you said you didn't think there'd be as many people.
Yeah, I thought that they would jump off the bandwagon.
No, come on, man. 50-some years? Not a chance.
Yeah.
What about Edmonton? What about you staved off?
Did you see the national anthem?
Oh, sick. Anybody who didn't see the national anthem.
Did you see that,
Canada, you got to understand this. When you do the national anthem in Canada, especially Canadian national anthem, the whole crowd sings.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are with the national anthem singer. Now, the singer's usually on the ice, but yesterday he was in the middle of the crowd and got it started and they sang. If that wasn't good, that might have been the best move Kenny Holland's made in a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure he thought of it. So Spenmo, they had their big voice guy singing the Canadian national anthem like always, which is hype. It's one of the cooler things in sports, especially during the playoffs. They get towards the end, and the last couple of verses, he stops singing, and the crowd just takes over.
Yeah.
And then right at that moment, Vegas was done. It was over. That place was hype. Boom, boom, boom. It's 3-0. It's a wrap. They're back on serve. So that's what it was. I'm happy. McJesus doing McJesus things. That's how he's out there operating. And, it's all to play for.
Did you watch it? Did you see? Then there's an incident there. Pietrangelo high-sticking Draisaitl on an empty net at the end of the game. Like, one of those. Like, that was old school.
NHL playoffs
that
flipped the switch.
That was an old-school Chelios move right there.
Because that happened at the end of Toronto, Florida, too. The NHL playoffs, they flipped that switch last night where it's personal now. It is absolutely
now
personal.
It's on.
So yeah, that's Jack Harrington. Congrats, Neal, on the Oilers win. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sam Flannel, your Lakers.
Oh.
And look.
Oh. I enjoyed that too.
Davis.
I enjoyed that, guys. Thank you very much. For my last thing I read before I went to bed was you all going after it. But and I was like, lay my head on the pillow and just think of Sam Flannel's torture today. So what happened, Legend Killer?
So Flannel, look, don't give me that ish where you point to the stat column and the points and stuff like that, because no one ever brings up turnovers. And look, I'm a Bron guy. You know that. I don't understand the LeBron hate. I never will. But the fact of the matter is this. The Lakers were taken out of that game by the turnovers of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They were. Period. End of story.
I mean, going into the end of the first half, it looked like it was going to be about tied, and then I think the Warriors won on a 16-5 run, and in the second half, the Lakers really didn't get any closer. But for the record, I just want to put this out there. I did predict that the Warriors would win Game 5 and that the Lakers would close it out in Game 6. I just hope to God that Anthony Davis plays.
You better hope. And that's the other thing, too. They're saying he's in the concussion protocol or something like that. He got hit in the head.
I keep hearing either I've heard that he's avoided a concussion, but I don't know. There's so many sources out there. I don't know what to believe. It
didn't look like a lot to me. Certainly, as a Pistons fan through the bad boy era, it didn't look like a lot. But, I'm not here to tell you what's going on with somebody. All I'm saying is this. And I'm not yelling at the clouds or anything like that, yelling at the sky or be an old guy in the room. I'm just saying this. The dudes that I know, that I grew up watching, they're playing. I know the guy sitting to the left of me is playing. No matter what, he's going to be out there.
Yeah. Playoffs, there's no doubt.
Like, you're amused by it.
Regular season, not a chance.
Yeah.
Practice? No.
Yeah. The guy to the left of me is playing in Game 6.
Yeah, and it'll show a lot of what Anthony Davis is made of.
And that, yes, it will.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can hide behind the medicals and stuff like that, but this is the time. This is the playoff time.
And
you got to have it.
If Anthony Davis doesn't, I'll be honest, the fact that it's Steph Curry on the other side, I'm sure the concussion will just magically be worse than it was originally diagnosed, because Steph Curry just keeps getting the devil luck. It happened with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul, Ja Morant, and now potentially Anthony Davis. And oh, by the way, Darren Fox was hampered in the games 5, 6, and 7 of last series. If I see in Game 6 that Anthony Davis is not on that floor, I will become the Joker. That's going to happen because and because the narrative.
And we're not talking Nikola Jokic.
We're not talking that. And to be honest, I stole that tweet. I stole that from a Twitter handle I really like called Barry on here. Just for the record, I don't want to plagiarize, but. And then we all know the narratives. It'll be like, oh my God, Steph carried his team back from 3-1. But if Anthony Davis isn't playing, that he's the best player on the Lakers right now, or at least the most important. He is the one guy that the Warriors just cannot account for. But if he's not on the floor, it doesn't matter. It doesn't do you any good.
It's all on the line. I do. The playoffs have taken. Last night was the line.
So what did it change for you
turn.
last night? Did it change the fact that Golden State is in this and they have this, or
well, no, nothing really changed. I mean, nothing that wasn't on the roadmap already. They better win Game 6.
Okay.
Because they ain't winning Game 7.
So you said that all along.
Yeah. They better win Game 6. They better win it. And I don't want to hear it, which is going to be a theme, and you're going to hear this theme in about 3 minutes. So I don't want to hear it, Sam Flannel. You get out there and you play.
Yeah.
Period. And this is it. This is why you play.
Yeah, if Anthony Davis can walk, he's got to be playing basketball.
This guy's playing.
Of course.
We're going out in a wheelchair because of a concussion.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Of course he did.
He's in a wheelchair.
Isaiah Thomas is playing.
Isaiah Thomas played with a broken ankle.
Michael Jordan even is playing.
Oh, yeah, LeBron's... I mean, they're all playing. I don't blame him for going out at the end of that game. I think they were down by 12, but he's got to play in Game 6, or else... I wouldn't say the Lakers are completely screwed, but it will greatly hinder their chances.
There you go.
Can't imagine.
Terrell FL says, Sam, why are you crying about Davis not being on the floor? That's par for the course when it comes to AD.
He's
him
missed one
sitting on the
playoff
bench.
game.
Him sitting on the bench holding his vagina is normal.
He's missed one playoff game in his entire career. Stop it. That is all narrative. He was the Robin on that 2020 finals run, and he didn't miss a single game. Stop it. He's missing some regular season games, but this isn't par for the course. So have that same energy for Joel Embiid and Kawhi Leonard, even Steph Curry, who's missed 12 playoff games. Stop it, people.
All right, Jay says, what time is basketball talk done? It's done in 5 seconds, Jay.
4,
3, 2, 1. It's done, Jay. When we come back, I'm commandeering the floor. I have some thoughts on the Lions-Chiefs. Opening night to open the NFL season, the banner-raising ceremony, the ring ceremony for the Chiefs. You don't want to miss this one. Just like lunch, there's one angle you don't want to miss.
Oh, yeah, and that's definitely Cousins Maine Lobster.
Give me a lot of confidence going into the next segment, everybody.
That's a great angle you don't want to miss. Cousins Maine Lobster, because Woodward Sports is brought to you by Cousins Maine Lobster Detroit. Check out their food trucks rolling around the city, offering the tastiest lobster rolls, lobster tacos, and more. Go to cousinsmainelobster.com to search locations and to find the Detroit schedule. Download the app to order ahead and earn points. You can even scan that QR code right there and figure out where they are rolling around the city. Make sure you check out Cousins Maine Lobster.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations. It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Back at it, off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. All of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Appreciate you tapping in there. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get those podcasts. Benny, what should they do once they subscribe?
5-star.
Leave that 5-star review. Get the algorithms popping. You know how we do it. The Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Subscribe to that as well. Here's the deal, guys. NFL schedule is officially dropping tonight. We know what the meat is of the entree. And there's one headline that's coming from it that's dominating everything. I already have seen it. ESPN, all of their shows, everywhere. By the way, it's Jared Goff on those graphics, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
It is. But anyway, I digress. D-Mac, I'm going to ask to commandeer the floor here for just 90 seconds.
You got her, bud.
If I may.
You want to pop the collar for this one?
I'm saving popping the collar.
Right.
Hey, if you want to see the pink collar popped, coming up at 11:56. Here's the deal, guys. Let's get into this, shall we? The Lions at the Chiefs. Week 1, Thursday night football. The banner-raising ceremony. The Chiefs are getting their rings. All of it. All the hoopla. Everything. We all said stoked, not scared, right? We're all stoked, not scared. Well, here's the smoke. Here's all of the smoke. And I know it's May. I understand that. But this hit me last night. And this hit me hard. Here's the deal, guys. And I'm already locked in. We're ready to go for week 1 at the Chiefs. When this game kicks off, this is supposed to be the start of the new Lions, right? 8% of every dollar bet on the Super Bowl. Bet on the Lions to win it. Here's how this works then, guys. You want the smoke? You got the smoke. You go to Kansas City, guess what? Referees, they're going to be against you. The environment is going to be against you. The Super Bowl champions are across the line of scrimmage from you in one of the craziest stadiums in all the NFL, who are all charged up. The Super Bowl rings, the banner, all of it. Guess what? Don't care. Go in there and win the football game. You want to swim in these waters? Then you swim in these waters. And when a call goes against you, so what? When a mistake gets made, so what? This is it, guys. This is it. This is the smoke. This is all the smoke that there is to get. And if we're serious about this, if we're stoked, not scared, you walk in there and you win the football game. No matter what happens. 6.5-point underdogs, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You want to win divisions, you want to host playoff games, you want to win playoff games, these are the games you have to go win and find a way. And I don't care how it happens. And I don't care about excuses. I don't care about refs. I don't care about turnovers, bad breaks, none of that. Guess what good football teams do, guys? Guess what they do? They go win.
Well, first of all, they play in games like this.
Right?
Right? So there's the start. Right? The start is that you're getting the respect throughout the league and the schedule of what you're building here. Now, to your point, now's the time. What do you always mention, Neal? In the NFL, right? There's a small window. You're in the window. So this is part of it. Obviously, we don't like the way that the last few seasons have started. Right? Yeah, the second half of the year and everything, and we came at the end and stuff like this. But the reality is we started 1-6. Slow starters with this team. We can't get off to that. Now, playing these Super Bowl champions on their field to be able to ruin their party on opening night, to me, that's what this Lions team's all about. This is the challenge ahead of them that they are up to, right? And if not, we're going to see. We're going to see. But this is what you want, Neal, because the only way out is through, and you got to go. If you can compete with the best and beat the best and start it, especially on the road. Remember when we were having this conversation just last year, could we win a road game? Right now we're talking about going into the defending Super Bowl champions place and legitimately having a shot to win, which I believe
on a night where they get their Super Bowl rings and raise a banner. Those are the stakes, everybody.
Jump on them early. Got to get to them early.
Brandon Spica says, "We in all caps, we want a Super Bowl, Neal. You want a Super Bowl? Then here you go. These are the games you go win. You go in the toughest environments in the league, and you go win the football game." And again, D-Mac, I don't care what happens. I don't care. A penalty goes against you. Guys, this is going to happen to you. You're going up against the poster child of the NFL.
What's gonna? How's the game gonna play out? You're gonna be. There's gonna be 3 calls that you're gonna be like, come on, dude, just be prepared for it. But that's the new waters that we're swimming in. Does it feel like we're entering new waters? Right? We're fighting up. Right? We're not fighting down or whatever like that. We're getting the respect. We're getting in the matchups against these champions and stuff like this. If it was a boxing match, right? You're the underdog. But still, the underdog's got a chance, especially in MMA, especially more so in boxing, right? So you got to be ready. I'm ready for this. I'm stoked for this. I want this even more than a soft schedule starting out the rip, because we'll find out what we're made of.
A WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Brandon Katz said, the Lions can't get blown out, but they don't, quote, have to win this football game. But Apollo says, we have to win this football game. And you know what? This is out of character for me because it's one of 17 games, but not this game. This game is different. This game is worth more than all the rest of them. It just is. You want to put a narrative to bed? You go there and win on that night, on opening night, on national television, in front of the world. You go do this. You want to say, hey, things are different. Hey, this Lions team's about winning and winning divisions and all that stuff. Then you go in there and bust the Chiefs in the mouth. And Patrick Mahomes. That's Patrick Mahomes over there, dude. You know what? So what? So what? You want to put all the narratives to bed and all that? Then that's what you do. You go there and you win that football game, D-Mac. And I don't care how it happens. Again, I don't. I don't care about officials. I don't care about any of that. And I don't want to see that the next day. Go win the game. Put this stuff to bed and say, we're here. It's time to go. Because to quote Ric Flair, you were at wrestling last night, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And that's it. That's it. That's all.
Ooh. Yeah. No. And that's the thing. You have the ability to go into battle right off the rip and plant your flag for this season against the defending champions and stuff like this. Now, I'm not going to go like it. It's not the end of the world because, Neal, to the point, it is one of 17. So you're allowed. Right, you're gonna have to lose it. It's if they do lose, how do they lose? What is?
I'm not into.
So
I'm not
I
into
know
that
you're
shit.
not, but I'm looking for like if it. See. But here's the thing, Neal, because you're gonna honestly sit here that if it was a call late, or if it was a one play, or it was a field goal game, or if you had a chance to win, and you gotta figure out how to get there. But what you mentioned with the Red Wings, the first time that you watched them this year, you were like, it's different. That's what I'm looking for more for the season-wise, to not get off to the start that we have. You win at all costs. That's awesome. I'm looking bigger picture.
No, if this is the window, D-Mac, and we're stoked, not scared, then this is the expectation. This is the expectation to go there and win. This is the expectation.
Yes, where did I not have the expectation to win? But you're saying it's not the end of the season. I'm not making it the end of the season. If they lose, there's certain things that I have to look for. But you can plant your flag, and if you're telling me what you are in Allen Park and what this team is all about and what the players tell me everything is, then go win this game and show me it's different. What I'm saying is I'm not going to go it's linear and it's a win or a loss or it's over thing. No. It's the NFL. It's the first week, but what are we dealing with? I'm more concerned with that. I'm stoked. I want this. Give me the smoke. Let's go. This is great respect from the league, not only from Vegas with the odds, but from the NFL. Right? Is it not?
100. That's why I don't want to hear like the respect card and all that. All that stuff's done. If this is what we say it is, all that's over. And you go there and you win. Because, guys, look, we're talking about windows, right? We're talking about 8 cents of every dollar bet on the Super Bowl is bet on the Lions to win the Super Bowl. Then guess what? This game means more
here's the whole
because
thing.
of who it is against
here's
and
the
where
whole
it
thing.
is.
You ask everybody, chat pool or whatever, do we believe we can win this game? I believe yes. We can win this game. This ain't like one of those games coming. This is we can legitimately go in and beat this team.
I expect to win this game.
Yes.
I expect to win it. I don't believe we can win. I expect to win it. If this team is what we say it is, what the people have bet on it to be, then I expect to win this game. And look, Sam Flannel's a Patrick Mahomes simp. right? Patrick
Yes.
Mahomes simp.
Of course.
They took some arrows in the offseason. And we'll get, we're not breaking down the game blow by blow here today. But there's little notches in the Chiefs' armor right now. There is. Who do they lose?
Orlando Brown and Frank Clark.
Where are the Lions excellent?
They are excellent on the offensive line and on the, Aiden Hutchinson was excellent. James Houston was excellent.
There you go. The
you can
two
hurt him.
strengths.
Yeah.
The two strengths where the Chiefs lost, the Lions, that's right in their wheelhouse. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's there. The elements are there.
Absolutely. But I will say this, though, Neal, and I'll be honest, is what drives me crazy about you sometimes, man. This idea that they have to go into Arrowhead or else they're basically the same old Lions. That's kind of what you're saying.
Flannel,
I think that's crazy.
what's the expectations for this year? What's the expectations?
Great.
For real?
You know who loses at Arrowhead? Almost everybody. Great teams lose at Arrowhead. If they go into
The
Arrowhead,
Raiders never seem to.
they did last year. If they go into Arrowhead and lose, that's not that big of a deal.
I get that, Flannel. In a vacuum, you are correct. What are your expectations for the Lions season this year? For real, cut the shit. What are they?
At worst, a division title.
At worst, a division title. So home playoff game. If they win a division title, then you expect them to win the playoff game, right?
Absolutely, of
So
course.
you expect a playoff win.
Yes.
Okay, we're getting down to it now. You see what I'm saying? We're getting down to the final 8 teams in football.
So they have to go into Arrowhead.
Neal,
That's
I
lunacy
gotta-
to me.
I expect them to win the game.
But you're on a Super Bowl. Are you not on a Super Bowl? Because I agree that, isn't the focus on the North and winning because I can lose this game and then go 6-0 or 5-1 and win the North and have a home playoff game.
I'm not saying you can't.
No, but that's what
I'm saying if you want to be great,
you're making it sound like
this is a measuring stick to being great.
Yes, we agree. So go out and win because of what you're telling us you're going to do. And I believe with the team that we have and the progress that we made, that we have the greatest opportunity that we ever would have had opening in the last 20 years opening day in Kansas City with the team that they have. I mean, that might be an extension, but the fact is that legitimately as my Lions fandom is that I'm stoked for this game. I'm not scared. I'm stoked for this game because I want to see. But it's not. It is. It's one of those games that if in the NHL during the regular season, right? There's games against Colorado and Dallas that you put on because they're measuring sticks. This is a measuring stick, and it's just right out the rip, right? Which it can set you up, but it's also too, what are we going to see? And there's still this unknown because it's the first game of the year, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we know that exhibition's a joke. Right, because nobody really plays, so it'll be interesting. But I think they got the greatest chance to win right now. Did I see the line was 7 to open it up?
6.5.
6.5. Well, how can you not take the Lions?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Aaron Raymond. Sam is right on this one. Neal is being absurd. Well, then I guess you're scared, not stoked, and I'm stoked, not scared.
That is, oh my God, dude.
Oh, it's okay,
Bro,
it's okay. I have expectations, Sam. I'm sorry, man.
I have expectations too, but you know what? This is the preeminent winner in the NFL right now in the toughest environment,
Right.
coming off of 5 consecutive AFC
The
Championship
toughest
appearances.
environment you can play a game in.
This is the one.
This is it.
This is the one game on their schedule that I would say is a definite league loss. I'm not saying I expect them to lose. I'm just saying that I think
See,
there's a little bit
it
more.
sounds like you're prepping yourself mentally for
It's
that.
house money. We're playing with house money at,
okay.
at Arrowhead.
So no expectations.
Well, the
Just
schedule-
I don't think you could play with house money in week 1.
it's at Arrowhead though.
It's still
Neal's
week
acting
1
like if
of the
they lose,
season.
it's over.
No, when did
That's
I say
absurd.
that?
That's what you're
No,
implying.
no,
bro.
no.
Yes.
I expect them to win. If they don't win, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be upset.
All right, fine.
Because this is it. This is the measuring stick. This game means more.
See, and I guess Sam, what we're on the same page is saying is that
That you're scared, not
I have to
stoked.
see. No.
Yeah.
I have to see. To be disappointed. Because I can
I'm
honestly
disappointed
sit
in
here,
you guys.
I can sit here and say if I see something that I like in the first game against the defending Super Bowl champions, that I haven't even been a playoff team. So it's a freaking measuring stick, and what do I see from my team then? So, yes, you could be disappointed, but it doesn't mean anything in the long route. When we break down the season, most people, other than you probably, if you go through what the end results and wins is going to be, probably because it's Kansas City at home, would put this as a loss. Doesn't mean that it is, but the fact of the matter is it's sort of waiting to see. Neal, it's just to the fact that I'm hearing it too. Is you just make it sound like it's all or nothing. And
No, I expect to win.
No, but you're saying it's
I don't say,
or nothing.
oh man, we're with house money right now. It would be really cool
Neal,
if we win. No, I expect to win.
Say this for the people so they understand this. You will be utterly disappointed that they don't win, but that doesn't mean that their season is a failure.
No,
but that's
no.
what you're making. Are you not making it? To me,
All
that's
right,
what I'm hearing.
All right, we got to get to this break, and we'll pick up this discussion. We got to talk through this.
It is.
Real quick, I do got to get to this one. Austin Harris. WoodwardSports.com chat thread chat of the day right here. I can't wait to see Jackson's face when his brother loses while he's in prison. So there is that as well. Tell him about he's going to need a guardian.
Absolutely. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number 1-800
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed, but I need you to pick up the phone and call Guardian today. 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Yes, real people caring about real people. Even the legend killer, Sam Flannel. How many straight days of flannel protection, sir?
274.
274 straight days of flannel
274
protection
straight days.
for that guy. If you have anything personal, business, whatever it is that needs protected, Guardian Alarm is your choice. Give him a call today, 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of the Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics. You're about to be blown up in the offseason.
Stay out of the MVP consideration this year, Patrick Mahomes, because you're going down week 1. 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Oh, Jesus.
Stay out of the Central Division race, Chicago White Sox, because you suck.
Absolutely. Guardian Alarm will protect whatever you need. Give him a call today. Your local security experts, tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you, woodwardsports.com chat thread. It's time to put the cards on the table, everyone. Lions, Chiefs, week 1. This NFL schedule officially comes out tonight. I don't even need to know any other games, although we do know a couple. We'll talk about that as we move on. I'm stunned. You know, the epiphany I had this morning, just like the wave of emotion that came over me. D's Nuts. Great to see D's Nuts into the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Says, no losing talk. And D's, that's where I am with it. But everybody else... But everybody else is over here talking about house money and being soft. And you know what's funny about
Mr. Nuts?
Yeah, well, Mr. Nuts, I appreciate your patronage here to Big D Energy. Here's what I think is funny, Spenmo, and I want you to mark me on this. I'll get to D-Mac and Sam Flannel here in a second. 3 weeks ago when it's the draft, it's stoked not scared and and we're all fist pumping and stuff like that, and we're looking like the giant guy in Happy Gilmore, just stoked not scared. I get on board, like all of a sudden I'm over here and I'm saying I don't accept losing, and now I'm the ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what changed here, but everybody else is like stoked not scared, and then all of a sudden it gets real, and I think that's why this is so popular. like this schedule thing is popular because it gets real now.
Yeah, you have it on paper.
You have it on paper. The dates are there, and it's real. It gets real to me, and now I'm the bad guy in the chat thread saying, "Well, you're saying the season's over." I'm not saying the season's over. I expect to win, not house money. Not, gee, I'm really happy they're going to Kansas City. We'll roll the dice and see what happens. I expect to win.
Dude, you're stoked. You see, there's different.
I'm stoked.
You're stoked has caveats. You're like this. I'm stoked too, but I'm realistic to whatever task at hand. You're
bricked.
talking about a non-playoff team going into playing the Super Bowl champions. Do you get any of that? Do you know the difference between making the playoffs and getting the... There's a huge divide. Am I going to ignore that and just... Right? No, my stokedness is out there to the fact that I believe that they legitimately have the greatest chance to win this game, and they should. But reality is, I'm not going to be scared if it doesn't happen. I'm stoked for it to happen. I expect it to happen. I just told you I'm going to bet it to happen. Plus 225, bet it right now on the money line. Right?
Woo! See, that's what I'm talking about, D-Mac.
I already just put it in.
Oh, yeah.
Stoked, not scared.
Okay.
Put your money where your mouth is. Like, that's the whole thing. But the fact is that
You're back,
sometimes
baby.
when you know, when you stoked up, it's swarmy because there's it feels like there's caveats to it.
Okay,
like
so you feel like Lorenzo in the chat says, Neal, you've always been an ass. You feel like that guy.
No, there's just always intricacy. There's always fine print with you.
I'm telling you, I'm all the way in. This is the one time there's not fine print.
So you're stoked, free stoked,
all the way, D-Mac. There's no exit ramp for me.
But why? Then why go negative? Then why go negative?
But if they don't,
but you're negative? Like telling me what if they don't? Instead, tell me what if they do. What does it mean if they do? Like, if you're stoked, then continue the stokedness instead of the scare part.
And I'll go this far, and this is way out of character for me. All right. They go in there and they beat Kansas City, then all bets are off. You know what I'm saying? They go in there and they beat Kansas City. It's real. Like, we think we know. We saw some signs that we think we know. We saw some encouraging signs. We've been told that they're there. We've been told that pieces have been added. Because, and here's like another one of the little things too. Like Kansas City, right? Travis Kelce. So we're the Jack Campbell thing. Who's gonna cover him in the flat and all that? You see what I'm saying? That means you won those matchups. That means that all bets are off, D-Mac, and they got as much right to it as anybody else in the National Football League. That's when I say, when I want the smoke, D-Mac.
See, I want to hear.
I want D-Mac. I want to take the last shot because I want to make it because I want to be the hero. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and beat Kansas City. Now everyone's on notice. Now you're for real. Now there's no caveats. Now they're not saying, well, the Lions, they try really hard. I just want to pinch their chin. No, they went in and they busted Patrick Mahomes in the mouth. This shit's changed and it's real now. That's what I want. That's why I want to win, D-Mac. That's why I expect to win to go in there and do that.
A win here
signifies everything.
Not only the perception of what the league has, it's proof.
It's proof.
That what everybody's saying that the Lions are coming is they went out there and they showed you. If that happens, bro, it's just bricked on brick the rest of the year, right?
And it's national. There is no debate to it. You can't. When you roll through an airport and you got your Lions t-shirt on, you say, hey, this is during the season, obviously. And guess what else happens? You win that game, D-Mac. And look, you can be scared, not stoked, all of it. I don't care. They go in there and they win that game. Even the most scared Lions fans, those expectations go even higher. And then everything becomes real.
And here's the thing. And all they can do is put themselves in that position. And they've put themselves in that position.
This is what it is, Spenmo. And that's why this game is different. That's why I'm shot out of a cannon today, man. Because it is goosebumps. This game is bigger than the rest of them. It is.
And that's why.
That's why.
So you nailed it. That's why. Instead of we're the first game of the year, and that makes sense.
No, see, Corey Berry, not interested in respect or being taken seriously. Goal is to win the NFC North right now. Not with this one.
See,
not with this one. This is different.
Game, the NFC North is
a foregone conclusion.
Absolutely. This might put you And it definitely will open eyes across the league, but puts you that you might be able to make that step because you're in the window like Cincinnati's and whatever in a shorter amount of time. You go, and you're right. You go in there and win that game, it sets everything else differently. And it's perception. And you know what the perception is? It's against your fellow football teams. It's where they look and they go, hey, this Detroit team. And they already know it's sort of coming for real. But it's the fact that they have players talking about Detroit now. And Detroit's for real. And it gets in there.
Because DMAC, as it sits right now, it's still an idea. It's a concept.
It's a greater concept than it's ever been in the past.
But it's
20
still
years,
just a concept.
But it's still not real.
You go in there and you win.
Concept car, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Automotive Week, all those concept cars.
It's that Tesla pickup truck, that goofy Tesla pickup truck that we keep hearing about that we never see. That it's an idea. It's a concept. You go in there to Kansas City and you win.
It's not a
tangible.
concept. Yes.
It's a good on a shelf in a store. You can purchase it. You can take hold of it. You can consume it. You know what I'm saying? And am I being grandiose? I don't know, but that's the way I feel.
No,
I get paid to come here and tell you how I feel. This is how I feel.
Hey, Sam, let me ask you this. From the Kansas City perspective, is there any skepticism, the fact that you're playing Detroit, the fact of what Detroit has coming in? Will they be worried at all? Do they know the concept car is coming to open up the season there, the fact of what they're playing against, or are they more worried about themselves?
That's an interesting one, and I'll be honest. I get what you're saying, Neal, more after you guys broke it down. Because, I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs are even the slightest bit worried about the Detroit Lions.
Why would they be?
There's no reason. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. They've been the preeminent winners of the past 5 years.
Patrick Mahomes is this generation's Tom Brady, trending that way.
And the Chiefs are this generation's Patriots. When you look at how they've consistently won. So I get it. The Lions, there is an element of going in there and sending a message. And if they do win, this city would be on absolute fire. I don't like this idea that if they lose, it's just a sign that they're.
Oh my God.
What's up?
No. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to say that out loud. I'm just thinking, I can't fucking wait for football season. I'm so juiced up in here, dude. Fucking Kansas City, week 1, let's fucking go. I'm so ready for football season. It's crazy.
Here on Mark M, Neal is so bricked up he has me ready to run through a wall right now. Cody Engel, why are fans so worried about this game now that we know when it is? We knew they were playing Kansas City forever now. Great segue, Cody. We'll discuss that next. Guys, I could easily do 2 hours. I could do 2 hours on this game and the different angles and the implications. Mm-hmm. But the schedule's dropping tonight. And then guess what? We'll have to brick back up and do it again tomorrow when everything becomes... we got to do the game by game, right? Everybody loves that game. Yeah. I treat that like mock drafts. I cringe about it, but we'll do it.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
we certainly will do it. Let me tell you about Big Boy, everybody. You know what is going on at Big Boy. It is Strawberry Fest. The weather's warm. Here we are. We did it, everybody. We did it. We got to Strawberry Fest at your local Big Boy. You know what it is, the strawberry hotcakes, the red velvet waffle, if you're a breakfast person. If you're not, what about the strawberry bacon chicken wrap? I partake in that one because I'm not a big breakfast guy, but I still want to participate in Strawberry Fest. It checks all the boxes for me. Summer splash salad, that's always an option. If you're a child, like a 10-year-old child like Darren McCarty is, you can get the OG of it, which you're going to. It's the strawberry pie. That's what made this thing. But DMAC won't stop there. He'll go to the deep-fried vanilla Oreos, and he won't stop there. He'll go to the strawberry hot fudge ice cream cake as well because it's DMAC, and it's what he does. He's on brand, just like Strawberry Fest. That's on brand. Get to your local Big Boy today for Strawberry Fest.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Bricked up, everybody. Big D energy, bricked up energy here on Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxta here with you. The news of the day. This NFL, man, we'll talk about this in the second hour. They could take over the world right now if they wanted. They were smart. They would just string their season along and play one game every day. And that for a year, for a year in rotation. Take a week off for the Super Bowl, then fire the engines back up. If they were smart, that's what they would do. Get into the WoodwardSports.com chat. We appreciate all the new viewers and everybody. Explosive growth again. It's been a heck of a month for the network. That's because of you guys, not because of us. But on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Big Show Pick says, we get first shot at the big dog in the yard. # prison rules. And then he says, tell you mud is everywhere. Oh, that was a fun bit yesterday. But I'm glad that we got through and drilled down on it to where I was, and I think we understand where each other is at right now. It's just what it would mean. But I do have this question, Spenmo. Hendon Hooker or Jared Goff? Who should start the game? 248.
Hendon Hooker.
Put him right in.
Put him right in. Into the fire.
I do like that. That is pretty funny. For the Hendon Hooker crowd out there, who gives us a better chance to win? WoodwardSports.com. Put it on the poll. Let's do that, Spenny, for real.
Oh, my God.
What starting quarterback gives the Lions a better opportunity to win? Jared Goff or Hendon Hooker? Well, there's no way to track who voted what, right?
No.
Damn. Because I would shame those people publicly. But let's do it anyway. Mike G says Hooker's a fine regional SEC quarterback.
Oh, that's what I've heard from you. Fine young man.
Robert Colosius says Spenmo's already been hitting the Jägermeister this morning. You still in the Jaeger phase? You're past that,
no,
right?
I never had a Jaeger phase. Jaeger is nasty.
Thank you.
Cough syrup.
I'm glad the younger generation.
I had one.
Well, people of our generation, D-Mac.
Oh,
you were conditioned.
You ever have Goldschlager, Spenny?
I have, yeah.
That's our generation too.
Now you can't poison it by putting milk plum in there.
I put the plumber. Yeah.
That's fine. You want to further dilute. All right,
Plum fish.
Hendon Hooker's got 7% of the vote, so okay, there you go.
Yeah, but Spenny knows how to vote more than once.
It's true. I have six. YouTube accounts.
No, but again, I'm fired up about it. I'm fired up by what a win would signify. What did the poll end with the do you expect to win? Was it
75
25?
Yeah.
So 75% of the people, which was a little higher than I thought that it would be. But D-Mac, some of the other news that I've heard through the grapevine, again, the schedule drops today. That will not be the only Thursday night football appearance for your Detroit Lions on the road.
Hit the hat trick on those, didn't we?
Week 4, the Lions at the Packers, Thursday night football. Those I don't like. I don't like.
Where are we playing week 3? Are we coming off a home game? You know, like where?
You'll find out tonight.
Tonight, I know. So let's see. Let's see where we're coming off of. But we asked a question yesterday. You know, do you want Thursday night games? And other than Thanksgiving, I said no. But unfortunately, the league says, well, we're going to dip dab you into primetime. We know last year they flexed them at the end of the season. So, you know, Lions, I think the NFL wants the Lions to be their darlings this year. You know, and they're setting the table for them.
And you know that where this comes from. And here's where the NFL, and in the next segment, I want to drill down on this, right? Like the NFL heroin that we're all addicted, the blue magic that the NFL puts out there in the streets and that we can't get enough of from the dealer.
It's like a combination of caffeine, Viagra,
heroin,
alcohol, everything into one. This is going to hook everybody.
Yeah.
It's because if you don't have that vice, then it's going to hit every vice that you have. It's crazy.
But anyway, so that's the word on the street. Week 4 at the Packers. Thanksgiving Day, the Green Bay Packers at Ford Field as well. And you know what? give it to me.
Yes.
Give it to me.
I can't wait to see Jordan Love just get demolished on live TV.
I can't either.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Houston and Aiden Hutchinson to meet at him and just crumble his body.
I like it too. Johnny Little brought it up in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I like the fact that your opening game coming out of camp is on a Thursday, then you get the extra time for the next week to prepare. Just good, bad, right, wrong, indifferent, no matter what coming out of there. I don't mind that, especially when you got a Thursday game week 4. So
yeah, I'm against the Thursday night game in season. It doesn't matter week
off
1.
the rip, it's perfect because we're all waiting for 2 weeks for a football game.
If you really want to get micro on it, you get 3 more days of rest than every other. Yeah, you get 3 more days of rest than all the other NFL teams do.
That's what I'm saying.
If you want to break it down,
except Kansas City.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. Shane Sandrock in our WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Where'd it finish up at?
Jared Goff, 81%. Milk
That's
Plum,
an A in Canada, boys.
Milk
That's
Plum,
an A in
12%.
Canada.
Hendon Hooker, 6%.
Okay, so Milt Plum's still out there in the streets. I like it. Shane Sandrock said, if you don't pick Milt Plum, you're no better than Grandpa Joe. Let that sink in when you vote.
I picked
That's fair.
Plum.
That's true. That is absolutely true. But D-Mac, here's the deal with the NFL, and this goes hand in hand, right? What's one of my main talking points about the Lions when we talk about the Stoke not scared? 8 cents of every dollar bet on MGM Sportsbook on teams to win the Super Bowl has been bet on the Detroit Lions. The NFL knows. They know. Your money's in the middle of the table. You're going to watch.
So if you want to break that down, right? So 8% is like 1 in 12. Argument's sake. So how many teams in the NFL? 32?
Yeah.
Right? So that means that you're being bet or you're thought of as a top 33% of the league in the team. And this is for a team that didn't make the playoffs last year. Can I not reiterate that? Because even though the clock's off and everything like that, and this is full bore for everything, task still has to be task at hand. I mean, it's setting up to be absolutely beautiful, like you said, to not only let the league. How often does the league get it wrong, Neal?
Very rarely.
What's that tell you? That should give you a little bit. I'm doubling down on that bet now and open day.
Well, but that's my point, though. They're going to get this shine because people have their money in the middle of the table on the Detroit Lions, not just here, everywhere.
No, but the shine,
nationally,
right? So the fact that they get it wrong, that the NFL looks and goes, oh, boom, that had to play into them getting. You know, it's obviously Kansas City opening the season being the Super Bowl champions. It's not the Detroit Lions. Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Right? It was the fact that they put them in, but the fact that the odds and the 8% going towards the Lions to win the Super Bowl, right, is the fact of why they're playing on Thursday night. You put my clock into your mouth,
Steve. That one always pops me. Stephen Baffy, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Vegas is going to make a haul on the Lions hype train, and maybe they could. Also, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I do want to catch this one. Oh, here it is. DJ, can't wait till we trade Goff's bum ass. So DJ says no playoffs for you this year, no division title, because, and this is something we can get into in the second hour because with a couple minutes left in the segment, it's not going to play out. DJ, that's what you say. If they're going to, quote, trade Jared Goff's bum ass, then they stink this year.
Yes.
You can't have one and not the other.
No, Jared Goff all Lions fans should want Jared Goff to start 17 games this year.
And that's that man saying that right there. Part of the founding father of the what is it? The Goff Truther Association?
Yeah, GTS.
GTS. That's this man. Now, it was funny, too, because Sandy,
Golf Truther Society.
Yeah, one of our OGs, Sandy, in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread said, I can't wait for the Lions to win the Super Bowl, and I get my Woodward Sports tramp stamp tattoo put on the back.
Spenny 2, baby.
Yeah.
Spenny 2.
Spenmo Rackster.
The Goff, 16.
Now,
yes.
If they win the Super Bowl, Jared Goff wins the Super Bowl, you're getting a 16 on your and like a teardrop on your eye.
No.
I thought it was behind his ear.
The ear. If
and
they win the Super Bowl, I have to get grit across the stomach.
In the Tupac
in the Tupac script, and 16 behind the ear. And if they win the North, I have to get Dan Campbell's face on my thigh. Not inner thigh, just right on my thigh.
Just thigh.
Just thigh.
Those are the stakes, everybody.
The stakes are high, and I hope it happens. I swear to God.
So just to be clear, it is not a 16 like a teardrop on your eye.
No, it is behind the ear. Behind the ear, 16.
Have we agreed to a font size?
Small. not too, I mean,
Like a 12?
Yeah. Probably bigger than that.
Like a 14?
14, yeah.
What kind of print we go? Sanskrit or
Sanskrit, yeah. Serif Sans, maybe, I don't know.
Calibri bold?
Oh, yeah. Old English.
Oh, man. I love it.
I'll be there for that one. That'll be great.
Andrew Schmidt says he should get a jersey size 16 on his back. Don't be a puss.
No, man.
No,
Don't be a puss.
we talk through this. Anytime, look, there's two things you get for the new crowd here. Anytime you use the word bozo, you get it bozo like that. Anytime you say puss, you get a puss like that.
That's fair.
So there is no Comic Sans. We'll debate. Look, you guys want to debate the tattoo thing has already been agreed to.
Yes.
The stakes are there.
Yep.
The type of font has not been agreed to. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yes.
Hopefully we get to it.
Hopefully we get to it. I would be extremely happy if I got those tattoos.
Yes. Nick Pancone says Neal needs to get a Hawkeyes tattoo if Campbell wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year. No.
That would be funny.
No, I'll wear my Iowa Hawkeyes Citrus Bowl T-shirt.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll get another Citrus Bowl T-shirt next year.
That's fair.
So I will do that. William Turnbull wants the state of Iowa. Stop. Stop.
Dude, Iowa's got a great truck stop. Don't they got the biggest truck stop in the world?
The Pilot.
No, there's like a
Flying J.
Big one.
My personal favorite, the Come and Go.
Come and Go's good.
Yep.
Oh,
Skeet and skate.
Bucci's. With
Ejaculate and leave the premises.
No, there's actually a truck stop called the Come and Go.
Yeah, Skeet and skate.
Skeet,
no, that is not in the title anywhere.
Skeet.
Skeet and skate.
All right, children.
Skeet.
Tell them about Swiss Insurance. Please rescue this. Hey, pop collar. Next segment.
All right, so do you like our draft picks? Did the GM do his job? Be a boss and take control of your insurance options. Draft a company that will give you the most cost-effective plan and protect you like the best O-line in the league. Email Swiss Insurance today at mark@swissins.com, or you can just visit their website, which is swissins.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @centronworld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Back at it.
Great day to get some Centron in your life.
Woodward Sports Network. Okay. That's right. The collars popped. We're ready for hour number 2 on a Thursday. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Get in there. Get your thoughts out there. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast page. Leave a 5-star review if you'd be so kind. Help us get the algorithms pumping. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel as well. And don't forget about the website, woodwardsports.com as well. I do want to discuss the grip the NFL has on us. A lot like a popped collar. We can't stop. We won't stop.
Baller, shot collar.
Absolutely.
Pop collar.
Because D-Mac, I knew... this is what, and again, this is part of the epiphany today. This morning, when I was running on the treadmill at Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, I knew people were going to be into it because it is the NFL and it's undefeated. It was like a tsunami, though, where I saw it off in the distance and it was a little wave. But then it just crashed on shore. And, bruh, like you looked at it, bruh, and it overtook everything that we have here. What is this league's grip on us, D-Mac?
You know why you nailed it? Why it was a tsunami? Because this is the most calm with NFL talk from the draft or whatever. It sort of died down, right? Even though we're talking about our teams and the draft and stuff like this, but the waters had settled, right? And then the NFL, right, just decides right then and there that they're going to light that match. And they know, and you saw it coming, because once they start turning, it doesn't matter when they do it. They just snap their fingers.
Yeah, it's wild.
Snap their fingers, and everybody come. We're all programmed that way because we're all locked in. It doesn't matter honestly, if you're a hockey fan, if you're a wrestling fan, if whatever it is, football's usually the common denominator. Now, here's the whole thing. Why we're even more locked in here, Neal, is because it's stoked, not scared, to be locked in of what we have. So the minute the NFL hears what it is, they turn that porch light on, and we run to the door. Right? Oh, that means
we are Roger Goodell's dog.
We're trained.
We're Roger Goodell's dog, and Raj is coming home at 9 o'clock tonight. We're all. You know, like that's what we are.
Oh,
we're excited.
For
Roger's home.
So, to your point, what time does the schedule drop? Probably between 2 and 4 o'clock, because that's when the bottom line is, right?
No, they're doing a show tonight.
They're doing a show tonight, right?
Yeah.
So dropping it. So what time will the show be over? What time will the schedules be out?
Was it 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock? I can't remember what time.
So let's say by
8 or 9 o'clock.
By 9 o'clock, right? Everybody's got their schedules. The influx you go watch between, at 9 and 10 o'clock to either predictions, everybody running their schedule down to go, oh, this or that, we're going to win this and that. It's going to be even more so. It doesn't slow down, right? The NFL, as it should be, being the monolith, is the ultimate instigator of anything else. They turn the needle no matter when they want to do it. And here's why, again, because this was as calm coming out of the draft that it's sort of settled down, and us as fans sort of, okay, a little bit of breathing, okay, listening to this guy, okay, we got this guy, let's look into some of these things, let's check how much money we have left, all this stuff. And then the NFL just goes, turn it up, and we're all like this again. We're all programmed, and it's okay.
It's like Roger flew down to Colombia and got the uncut and brought it back up here and just flooded the streets with it. And we're all out there just buying it all up.
But that's the
why?
whole.
I'm gonna need 100 keys.
But that's the whole thing now, because we're all invested here in Detroit as Detroit Lions fans.
Is that it because of us here? And we've been so starved for it.
More so because we're more on the forefront now. We're the ones, the belle of the ball, the bridesmaid hey, we get to go to the wedding of the Kansas City Chiefs and getting their new banner and their rings, and we get to go be the bridesmaid and try to ruin the wedding. Right? And try to ruin all this. We never would have got that in the past. And I think it's the way that we look at ourselves, our self-awareness, the way we look at the competency in our team. We're excited. You listen to the players talk. I mentioned Cam Sutton, who go check out woodwardsports.com, the interview that the Bottom Line did with him. You look at the excitement to be here and what they're talking about. That's real, Neal. I can feel real. And that's as real as it gets. Now, does it equate to wins and losses? Not yet, but we're closer. And that's why we're all excited, because we're actually in the conversation now. Gosh darn it, Spenny's talking about tattoos for winning Super Bowls in North Divisions. I hope he's got the spot picked out for his Dan Campbell.
I do.
People are going to get Woodward Sports tramp stamps put on their body.
Let's do it.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
I'm not doing it.
When I say let's do it, I mean you do it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Enjoy Detroit. Neal, never do that again. LOL. Bradley K's honest about it. The NFL owns me. They put on a game or event, and I will watch it. Cody Ingle says the NFL could broadcast grass growing, and we would all watch it. And we would. And I want to know why. And I think we drilled down into it because it's us here, and we're starved. We're starved.
But I think
here.
it's through the NFL too. See, we're just getting that feeling, Neal. Maybe it's just because it's so new to us to be competent, or feel like we have competency, that this is what other good teams in other cities feel like going into the season, going into their schedule, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, and this is one of the things that also with the culture is that this is the norm that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell want to bring to us, so that when the NFL that always does this, they've always done it, whatever, like this, if they tell us to watch the grass grow, because they're going to tell us that it's going to make somebody faster or it's going to stop the injuries or something like this.
This is new grass we're putting out on every field.
What Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell hopefully are doing is showing us that we belong, and this is more of the norm, and we'll get used to all this. But we get excited because we're in it. Right? We're in it. I took the clock off. We're talking about winning the North. We're talking about you winning a playoff game, hosting a playoff game. That's legit. We're talking about going in to Kansas City and winning a freaking against the Super Bowl champions opening night on the road. Remember this team? We couldn't. Woohoo! Remember this team? We couldn't. Right? We're worried about winning in Chicago.
Look at you now. Look at me earlier today.
I'm stoked.
Like, why?
Stoked, not scared. It's good. Stoked, not scared. Stoked, not scared. It's good. Like, stoked, not scared. We're learning that this is more to accept it. And it's still something that just to be in this fight that we've looked from the outside in for so long as Lions fans.
WoodwardSports.com. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jay Thomas says 8 p.m. tonight, by the way. It'll be on ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and the NFL Network. I do know that.
Look at that. Look at what you just said.
And guess what, D-Mac? Flannel. What is it, Celtics-Knicks tonight?
No, Celtics-Sixers.
Celtics-Sixers tonight, 8 o'clock on regular ESPN. Tell me which one's going to do a bigger number. We know the answer.
Oh, I mean the NFL schedule.
A schedule that we already know.
Yep. It won't even be close.
We're all going to sit down, and we're just going to be like, give it to me. I already know what it is. But give it to me anyway. Like, we're addicted, dude.
Yeah.
We are. We already know the games. We're going to walk in knowing. And we're still going to walk in. We're sick.
We want to hear. Now we want to hear, what are they going to talk about our team? Because we're proud of what we're building here, right? I mean, be stoked. I mean, it's almost like new... You have to learn new behavior to actually act like a winner. We're not there yet, but we're going to be.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ransom says, if the Lions beat Kansas City, the hospitals will be filled with stoked-up Lions fans for weeks.
Damn right.
Nick Heath says, this isn't right to say at all, but I've never had a group of guys brick me up before. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad we could expand your horizons on that. Motown Cool says, if you ain't addicted, then what are you even living for?
There you go.
We're just chasing the next high, man. Like, that's all it is. Like the Tigers being 1.5 games out of first place.
Ooh.
That's just to pass the time before we get our next fix.
It's true.
That's all that it is. Mike G says, collar flipping, spenny, thigh tats, D-Max clock, flannel popping, unlocking. This show is off the hook. And
big old clock.
It's just, I don't know what overtook me, and I can't explain it, to where this NFL schedule that I knew was coming out tonight, that I knew people were going to enjoy. We know who they're playing.
Here's a good question, right, Neal? And this is something, too. Joey Miller brings it up. And I haven't seen you before, Joey. Welcome to Woodward Sports chat. They do have to sell Detroit with the draft being the city next year. That probably plays a little bit into it, right? To the fact, it plays into the fact that they saw this coming with Detroit and Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes to give them the draft in the first place. But now, schedule-wise, right, they're gonna try to make Detroit look better or like league-friendly, right? And maybe like
it's good for business.
Kansas, right? Great for business. So to the
I've
point,
heard they're good at business.
That's good for us. Yeah, you heard that?
I've heard that. I've heard that they are.
Do they have the most money? Of all the money?
Well, yeah, because they have a tree that they can go in the backyard and just grab more from.
Well, their commissioner makes $50 million a year, so
think about that, man.
Good on him.
$50 million a year to be a puppet.
And he's getting a raise,
but
too.
here's the thing.
$50 million.
He's freaking brilliant at his job.
Yeah.
I think it's going up over 60.
It could be. I was, honestly, like 3 years ago, it was like 46 or something like that. But the fact is that, yes, Spenny is a puppet. But the guy knows his role, and he fits that bill.
Spenmo. Brandon Kinder says, let me know who Milt Plum is.
You don't know who Milt Plum is?
Brandon, I assume you're new to the show. Milt Plum is one of our guys here. Look at that man. Former quarterbacking great Milt Plum.
Look at that form, and don't forget one bar.
Look at that there.
That's a glare. Oh, is that like the Omaha out route? Is this like the pump? Right
the
here
original
on the
16.
outside?
The original Lion 16, Brandon. There is Milt Plum. Study up.
He's throwing it to Mel Gray.
Study up on Milt Plum. We're efforting to get him on the show. We can't seem to track him down. He is like 88 or something like that. So, technology's a concern and stuff like that. But
He's
we're
the original
efforting.
1-6.
Yeah.
Jack Harrington said Maz's favorite quarterback.
Yep.
It's true.
Maz
was at his debut.
Lions to sign him at 88.
Maz covered his Lions debut.
Absolutely. Maz was saying,
Maz
get
has been
Milt
a
Plum
fan
here.
since Milt Plum signed him a ball back at the old Giant Stadium.
Hoof Hearted says, how the F did Joe Montana get number 16 after Milt Plum had it? What a debacle.
It should be retired league-wide.
It should be, if we're being real.
Yes.
Single bar face mask, everybody. Milt Plum. So, Mike G wants to know, did Milt Plum run any RPO? He ran whatever he wanted to run.
He called the plays. He designed the offense.
He absolutely
Plum
did.
Dog millionaire.
That's right.
Plum Dog millionaire. Yeah.
Tom Mazaway, if you're watching, get Milt Plum booked on Big D Energy. Make it happen. Make it happen. Let me tell you about Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. The official studio sponsor here at Woodward Sports as well. You can work out for just $10 a month. Guys, the weather's warm now. It's getting real. We talked about the NFL schedule getting real now. Summer's getting real too. It's here. It's on our doorstep. And you want to turn that body around a little bit? Planet Fitness certainly is a tool that you can use. $10 a month, access to your home club. If you're a big timer, you want to be a Black Card member, $24.99 a month. You basically own Planet Fitness. You get access to over 2,400 of them around the world. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. Every time we got a broadcast remote somewhere, there's a Planet Fitness close by where I stop in and get it in. And you can too. And don't forget, this is a really cool thing that Planet Fitness is doing. The high school summer pass that they're doing for high schoolers ages 14 to 19. They can work out for free all summer long from May 15th to August 31st. And it's important to Planet Fitness because, look, guys, let's be real. School's out. The academic extracurricular activities like sports, gym class, all the after-school activities, those are down for the summer. Planet Fitness wants to do their part to make sure our youth of America stay active, and they can work out for free all summer long. It's basically free for you. Hardly costs anything. Yeah, absolutely. So Planet Fitness, they're not just talking about it, they're being about it. Go to planetfitness.com, pull in the parking lot, join there. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rackstock, chopping it up about, and look, the big news, I am going to step aside to the NFL, not right now, but a little bit later in the show. Some details about Hunter Dickinson's transfer have popped up, and I want to put Sam Flannel on the stand. because we need to address these. And Flannel, look, I get this moniker of being a Michigan hater and all that kind of stuff, but I've gone over what my problems are with it, and it turns out I'm right, and you know I'm right. So we'll discuss, all right? A little bit later on, we'll discuss. I'll pop the collar for that if you want me to, Flannel.
Oh, good.
I do. That means business.
Just what I
when
want.
your collar popped, I mean, I tend to pay attention more. Maybe that's not true.
All right. Real quick, this just got brought to our attention here by the staff at Woodward Sports. We've talked about the Lions are going to Kansas City. They're flying right into the eye of the storm, man. How about these numbers? Andy Reid, week 1 since 2015. 8-0. They score 36 points a game. They win by an average of 12.5 points per
Perfect
contest.
timing.
You are
Let's
flying.
change the narrative.
And D-Mac,
Flying
that's
right
what
into
it
the
is.
face of the sun. Let's go, baby. The only way out is through. I like that. That'll be, and I'm sure that.
You want all the smoke. You're getting, and look, here I am. You see that? Like, I'm getting all fired up about it again, D-Mac. You know what? When you get all that smoke, that's all the more reason, D-Mac. You go in there and win. Stuff like that gets put to bed. And that's why I'm saying,
That's what
guys,
you're
I
telling-
know there's 17 games. I know that. And I know they all count the same, except for this one. This one counts a little extra, D-Mac. It just does.
It does because of what it can mean, especially out the gate, especially with stats like that, especially because you can change the whole narrative. I like that. The fact that it is so blatant, 8-0, 36 points, 12-point victory. So that's because the focus when they go to game plan Kansas City or when they're talking about, this is going to be through all training camp. OTAs, everything like that. This first game is the ultimate focus on the blackboard, on the wall, all the reasons why they can't do it, and all the reasons why they're going to come together and do it. So they're up against it. I mean, that trends are trends. You know, streaks are made to be broken.
Yeah, and it is, and it's obviously it's a huge challenge. But you know, you want all the smoke.
That gets me more stoked.
It does
I see
me
stats
too.
like that, and then it's just like
Does me too.
because it's like the perennial underdog.
All right, let's go through it, everybody. Lions Chiefs game. Over under on interceptions for Emmanuel Mosley. A half. Over, right?
No.
Absolutely. Over, right? No?
Under.
Over under Kirby Joseph interceptions. A half.
Over.
Over.
He's gonna
Over.
get
There
one.
you go. Tracy Walker interceptions. A half.
Under.
Cam Sutton interceptions.
Under.
He's over. He's our own.
Our own Cam Sutton.
Over.
Yeah, see? There you
How
go.
many picks is Mahomes going to throw?
2.
0.
He's going to throw 1.
Brian Branch, your boy. Over under interceptions. A half.
Way
Well,
over.
it's 0.
No, but he's going to land big.
You told me that was the pick of the draft by
It
then.
was the pick of the draft, but I mean.
So which is it? Is it the pick of the draft or is he a bust? Which is it?
Oh,
2,
he's
4,
a bust
8.
if he doesn't
Well,
have an
he was-
interception in week 1. That's the.
I think he's going to lay the tar to somebody.
Aiden Hutchinson, over under interceptions. A half.
Under.
Well, under.
What are you talking about?
That's not what he does. If you gave me over under a half a sack, I'd say
Over under half a sack.
Over.
James Houston, over under half a sack.
That's what
Over.
I can't watch. I'm going to go 1. And when we see that, him fire out of the backfield and run Mahomes down, where Mahomes doesn't have that split second to just elude guys like he usually does, that's going to pop. That's going to brick everybody
Hutch gets
up.
2.
So we're at what, 3 sacks?
Yeah.
Just from the edge.
At least.
How many sacks Jack Campbell, the defensive rookie of the year?
0.
How many interceptions?
0.
Wait a minute. I was told he's the defensive rookie of the year. You
12
told me
tackles.
that. How many?
2 for loss. 12
12
tackles,
tackles, 2 for loss. All right. So the Chiefs run for what, 9 yards total?
Yes.
Okay.
Under.
So what do we got? We got Lions 68, Chiefs 2.
I like that. Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable.
No, that's fair, right?
Jared Goff over 700 passing yards.
700 yards.
Yeah. Over.
700 and a half. Over.
Over.
So who do you got? Marvin Jones over 212.
Over. 212 with 3 touchdowns.
Oh, man. I do. I love it. I do. Look at over. They're doing it, everybody. We're flying right in the face of it, man. And I can't wait. Speaking of Cam Sutton, obviously he was kind enough to join we joke about the bottom line.
Yeah, the final word.
The final word. Ryan Ermanni, Tom Mazaway, Braylon Edwards yesterday. Cam Sutton came on there, D-Mac, and kind of his overriding message was, and it was interesting to me, right? Because he was a prized pickup.
Very
Absolutely.
coveted.
A lot of people wanted Cam Sutton. Dude's a baller.
Comes from Pittsburgh, well coached, organization, like his stalwart.
Say second best corner in the market behind Bradbury.
That's what I'm saying. Came here, first thing he says, talking about grit.
Yep.
I'm here to bring grit, here to be the dudes, we're here to be the dudes, all that kind of stuff, man. There is a mantra, D-Mac. And what's amazing, like, you can create that, like, internally and say, hey, everybody here is like this. When you get dudes that come here from the outside that walk in buying into it.
What did it remind you of?
That's different.
What did it remind you of? What did it remind you of?
It reminds me of an environment where the locker room runs itself.
And what there's certain ways, like, to me, it epitomizes what the coach, right, the culture of the coach. These are sort of like when you listen to Cam Sutton talk, when they come out and they talk about not only the grit and putting it in the team, that's the message that you hear from the coach, right? So you can either take the coach's identity or you take your captain's identity, right? You know what I mean? The workhorse, but the bottom line is it's the culture. They're bringing in, you said dudes. They're bringing in men. They're bringing in dudes. They're bringing in a guy that's come from, when you talk about Cam Sutton, he's been in the Pittsburgh, organization, so that we all, Pittsburgh held in high regard as far as their culture.
Who, by the way, got in the playoffs again last year.
Right. So to the fact that, coming and when you hear the message that's preached out, and it's natural. It's not like the verbatim or, happy to be here, this and that. Like, he's talking about why he came here. The fact that this is what he's going to bring to it. And the fact that also, too, what I loved is not only to put the Lions on the map, but put the city of Detroit on the map. And that's that's exactly, right, the attitude that we had back in the day for our Red Wings teams. It wasn't just about our team. It was about the city. It was about the Wings fans and stuff like that. But we were representing the city even, more to this day. So I love it. I love what I'm hearing. Because what are the things that you hear out of the guys that have been here, right? The guys that have been here with the culture. The younger guys that get drafted with the culture. The guys that sign here with the culture. It's all coming together, Neal, and it's all coming together. And I think the biggest thing is, if you go back and listen to Cam Sutton, it's just the genuineness of which he talks.
Yeah, and it's real. It's real with him, no doubt. Go to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and check that interview out. Like, and for me, D-Mac, when you do this for a living, like, you interview people, done over 1,000 interviews in my life, and you can always tell when someone's into it with the body language.
Absolutely.
This dude is all. And guys, I'm not selling this to you. I'm telling you, like, this is just my observations of somebody who's done this for a long time. That dude is into it. He is into it.
Dude, I can tell. The genuineness.
Yeah.
One of my great attributes, I think, is that, like, what you see is what you get.
Right.
So I can see that in a lot of people if they're trying to play something that they're not.
Almost to your detriment,
No, it is almost to your detriment. But the fact is that now it explains the why that I'm always saying, of why he decided to sign here, why he came here. He's all in. That's what I want. That's in my guys, because it's not because at the end of the day, right? I'm invested in these people. Right, these people as my athletes, also to get behind them, which is even on a deeper level, right, than the wins and losses. But the fact is that they have the right mentality. They have the mentality, and when they're stoked, it's one thing for you as a fan base to be stoked. If your players aren't stoked, what you saw in that interview from Cam Sutton is stoked to be here, stoked to get out there and make a difference in that secondary. That was one of our biggest weaknesses last year.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Nicholas Duncan's on one. He's calling for a Kirby Joseph pick 6 and a Brian Branch pick 6.
Reasonable.
Who says no? Other than Sam Flannel, who says no? I'm confused. Like, people give me a hard time. I'm confused. Like, Sam Flannel spiked the ball in the end zone after the Brian Branch pick.
I think the Lions' defense is going to outscore the Chiefs' offense. I can see that. It's pretty reasonable.
The Chiefs lost some dudes. Speaking of dudes, they lost some dudes, man.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
They
it's gonna
did.
be a good game, though.
Sam Flannel, you know they did.
They've done a good job in the past of replacing them, obviously, to get back and plug in place. But losing Frank Clark's going to be bigger than that's a huge replacement.
That's a huge loss. How about this? How about the Lions sign him?
OMG! I'm down.
And then how about Clark ends Mahomes' career? Joe Theismann.
Damn. Hey.
I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you what, though. I know the Lions want to get into the postseason. Nobody plays bigger in the postseason than Frank Clark. He's Frank Clark, and he's third all-time in postseason sacks. He has more postseason sacks than Reggie White in fewer games. I don't hate it. Who says no?
Who says no? Well, you say no to a Brian Branch pick 6, though.
On week 1, yeah.
That you do say that.
But he's going to lay the lumber on somebody, Sam.
I do think he will do that.
I think he's going to lay the lumber. Highlight reel.
Pop Travis Kelce right in his gut when he's trying to make a catch.
Right.
One of those NFL.
Caught him in the middle of an exhale too. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
You know when that air gets forcibly taken from your that bit. Tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This Is the S Word. It helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or someone you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you, woodwardsports.com chat thread. Please subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. You know where you get your podcast, so tap into it from there. And Dom Rivera, 88 in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Malcolm Rodriguez hip toss on Travis Kelce to complete the brother domination. Then they can talk about it on their podcast.
That's a pretty good storyline. I'm not gonna lie.
I would even take a penalty to do if I were Malcolm Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Just to say that. Oh, the Kelce brothers, everyone loves them. I hip tossed both of them.
Both of them.
And I wasn't even wrestling. That would, oh my God. I would get pictures of both of them and need that autograph for the cage.
For sure.
No question.
I bet you could talk Kelce into that. He'd let you do it too. He's a wrestling guy. Because you get the pictures for the thing.
Yes.
Like, don't let me know when it's coming, but just like out of nowhere. But
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. John Lord says, Neal, very nice transition. John, this is not a hobby. I'm not up here. This isn't something I do to pass the time or anything like that.
That's me.
That's DMAC. Yeah. This is what we do. Jake Wegener says Neal is immediately the new legend killer if Mahomes gets a career-ending injury in Week 1. What I say has no impact on what happens.
I mean, he already has a first ballot Hall of Fame career, so hey.
It's probably true.
Oh, 100% it's true.
Yeah.
Top 5 of all time. Right
probably
now.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's Gale Sayers with rings.
And better stats, I would argue. I mean, I wouldn't even
Gale
argue
Sayers
that's
is pretty good.
Oh, he was. He was dynamic, but
again, ask Maz.
Yeah.
Maz had his rookie.
Maz covered him for sure.
No, he did. No question about that. I wanted to talk to this, Sam Flannel. Speak to this with you. Hunter Dickinson, just to take a breather from the NFL schedule stuff. We have some more stuff that I do want to talk about, but I want to take a breather with this. Hunter Dickinson said that name, image, and likeness money played a role in his transfer.
No shit.
It plays a role in all of our transfers.
Yeah.
In life. Like let's be real about it. You know what though?
I want to find the quote.
Yeah, did you guys see the quote that he said? And it was perfect. And to quote Spencer Raxter, Hunter Dickinson, this is Spencer the following quote reflects the views of one Spencer Raxter. It does not reflect the views of me, Darren McCarty, or Sam Flannel in any way, shape, or form, but it might, but I don't know. Your quote, Hunter Dickinson has the quote, the most punchable face you've ever seen in your life.
Yes.
You have said that. That's
have.
attributed to you. You're taking credit for that quote. I can take or leave Hunter Dickinson.
Step in here and just say, from a guy that's punched a lot of faces, yes, Hunter Dickinson's his look. I will concur that he has a more punchable face than a non-punchable face.
Correct.
Yes. So, Spenny, you're not out of line with that comment. Accountability spoken.
So, Rack says, Woodward Sports, I second that statement. Okay, so it's been moved, it's been seconded, away we go. He quoted, and he said on a podcast, I forget which podcast it was, he said, all of you out there right now would leave your job for $10,000 more per year and go to do it for somebody else. And you know what? He's right.
He said I got less than 6 figures at Michigan.
He said I got less than 6 figures in name, image, and likeness money at Michigan. I will go out on a limb and say he's getting more than 6 figures at Kansas. And Flannel, this at its core, this is my problem with Michigan. This is it. I expect more from you than you and your fans do. How is that possible? And and I know you've had a love-hate relationship with Hunter Dickinson. Michigan basketball is weaker without Hunter Dickinson. Factual statement.
That is 100% factual. And you may recall when I was getting a lot of slings and arrows, or Michigan basketball was, and Hunter Dickinson, I defended him for how he finished the year. And yes, he is still their best player. He is one of this program's best players of the last 5 or 10 years, and that is inarguable at this point. And his absence is the reason why I don't think Michigan, they might not make the tournament. I know they didn't make it last year with 2 NBA first-round picks and Hunter Dickinson, but this year the cupboard looks even bare, and you would like to have him back. It's a shame, too. I mean, he's also going to Kansas, which is a better program. He has a chance to win a natty, make more money. I mean, who wouldn't make that?
Michael J. in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says Hunter Dickinson needs to get good at basketball. Michael J., that's not fair. He's a double-double guy.
Stop it.
He's going to Kansas. All right?
But isn't the bigger conversation, right? So when you tell me that, then I'm like, oh, my gosh. So if Michigan's not willing to swim in the waters to spend money, at least with Spenny's school and whatever else with Michigan State, they may make the wrong decisions, but they spend the money and they'll invest in it and whatever, up in the air, whether it's the right coach and talk and bringing transfer portals. When I hear this, I thought Hunter Dickinson, when we talked about it last year, would be making like, NIL, at least $200,000, $300,000 to stay there. Mm-hmm. And the fact of obviously the disappointment. So I can't really blame the kid. I blame him for self-awareness that he's not an NBA player to go in the draft. So use what's there and go somewhere where you wanted. So I'm sure with NIL, because now we're talking the money that's out there. And to me, Neal, it just tells me, is Michigan really not willing to swim in those waters with their best players that have been there and now they're going to leave?
It's
so
just
what does it say?
It's another example.
It just shows me like, oh my gosh.
D-Mac, I've been saying this for years with them.
Have.
Back when we were on ESPN Radio doing shows. Hey, this is just the latest.
But with NIL now, they can't hide behind it because they have to get
because
it,
it's
right?
out front. And because Hunter Dickinson is talking to people and telling, this is my experience. I have a lot of respect for Hunter Dickinson with this. I do, for real.
I always say enjoy my truth. That's the next the next tour around, right? Darren McCarty's Enjoy My Truth, because if somebody saw it differently, tell it. And you know what? He's expressing his truth, whether they like it or not. But it's the why. You're understanding the why. It doesn't mean you have to like it. Go either way on it or not, but it explains maybe why they're in the position that they are.
RJ Graham says it's okay. Michigan will be a better team without Hunter. Michigan, let's go and reload. Stop being a bitch, University of Michigan. RJ Graham, that is not true. You are not a better basketball team without Hunter Dickinson.
Delusional.
And Spencer Raxter hates Hunter Dickinson. But he'll keep it real with you. Mm-hmm. Would you take him at Michigan State right now?
No.
Liar.
I wouldn't.
Liar.
I would not.
Liar.
I fucking hate him.
You would take him.
I would not.
Yes, you would.
I would be upset.
Tom Izzo would take him.
Yeah, Tom Izzo would take him.
All right, then there you go. Yeah. He's the one that makes the call. You're not. So that's with all due respect, Spenmo, they would take him.
Booker better.
But anyway, though, this is just the latest of another example, Sam Flannel, with your school where they are not willing to swim in the waters, and I don't know why. There is no school with more resources than Michigan, like rich alums, but Kansas and some of the reports 7 figures for Hunter Dickinson to go there. It doesn't, guys. You aren't paying it. Your school is not paying it. Donors that are serious as can be about winning are stepping up and doing it. There are no successful alums at Michigan that want to get in those waters. Like that's embarrassing, Flannel.
But Flannel, you don't have to stick up for anybody with the money or the people that Neal's wondering why they won't put the money in or why they don't do it. My question to you is, as a diehard Michigan fan, how does this make you feel? Like you're great at laying out your feelings about this, about losing it, but the fact is, do you see this as a deterrent, or like it's like air coming out of the tire, even more so now because they can't hide behind NIL? Or is it okay?
I mean, it's certainly not okay. I mean, the fact that Michigan wasn't even paying him 6 figures, that is a little bit alarming. The fact that he can get that much of a raise going to Kansas. But of course, there's also the factor that, as much as I hate to say it, the last couple of years, particularly last year, Michigan, despite having so much talent, was a little bit of a basketball wasteland. At Kansas, Hunter Dickinson can get more NIL money, can probably be on a national championship winning team. I mean, he's going to help them out a lot to go along with Jalen Wilson coming back. More NIL money, more exposure, a chance to have that dominant NCAA tournament run where maybe he does get himself into the low end of the second round. There's no reason why he should have stayed at Michigan. And I'm not saying it's not it's more insulting them, because there's no conceivable reason when you add everything up that he should have stayed at Michigan. And yes, that's a problem because they're going to miss him. Unless guys like Caleb Love, Doug McDaniel, and Terrace Reed all hit a 3-leg parlay, this could be a team that misses the tournament again and in worse fashion.
Neal, did I just hear Sam say that the Michigan Wolverine basketball program is now a feeder program?
Yes.
Because that's what it seems like, right? I mean, is that
when you lose your walking double-doubles?
Is that the actual reality of what? Right, Sam, is that really like you're becoming that second-rate program that you're going to lose guys? You're just another feeder program to the big guys.
It certainly appears to be that way, and yet people still defend Juwan Howard. It wasn't like that when John Beilein was head coach. I know that NIL wasn't a thing, but they were really humming. And right now, they're kind of a basketball wasteland. I hate to say that. They're no different than, I don't know, Iowa or something like that at this moment. But they actually get more talent. They've just pissed it all away these last couple of years. That's factual.
Steve Reiner says you can't fault the guy for being honest. And DMAC?
100%.
No,
100% right.
Sam, that's why I love you, and that's why I value your opinion, not the fact that you'll stand in front of a firing squad and take bullets, is the fact that you'll give that, because that's the problem. So the question is this at the end of the day, is this a Juwan Howard coaching problem?
No, I don't. I'll step in. I don't believe that.
The fact is, if you remove, so for everybody to say fire Howard, is if you remove Juwan Howard from the situation, does the problem change? To me, no, because this is a systematic problem that you're going to lose no matter what. So you have to separate your Juwan Howard coaching.
The fabric of the clothing, still the fabric of the clothing.
Dude, the seams are, at least in my perspective, and I don't really pay attention to this is your stuff, but the way you guys explain it, it seems like the thread is coming out of the collar there, Neal. It's the Michigan polo shirt.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, a dirty burrito says, Stoke not scared. So we're still getting that. There are some NFL games I do want to talk about, that have been leaked out there. And I know we'll talk about it more tomorrow when we get all of them. But there are a couple that really jumped out to me. And Chuck Brewer says, you're never better losing talent. Brandon Katz says, Michigan will never win anything until they dump Howard. I contend they won't win anything until they take that final push and say, you know what, we're going in the club and we're going to make it rain and do whatever it takes. They're not willing to do that. I don't know how much more evidence you need. And look, the moratorium on people coming at me, you hate Michigan and things like that. You know the facts, and that's what bothers you because you know what the truth is.
To be fair, though, in 13 and 18, they made the national championship game. I know that's not winning it all, but they were the second best team in the country
Great
two
story.
times.
Yeah, but that's 5 years ago, Sam.
Yeah, great
I
story.
know, I get it. Trust me, I'm not happy with how.
And NIL wasn't there 5 years ago. The times have changed. Things have changed. But you know what hasn't changed?
Where you get a good haircut.
Winning. Lady Jane's, baby, how would you like to win a new vehicle for you and a friend? That's right, a new car for you and your wife, girlfriend, or Best Bud. Or if you need a Best Bud, Spenny will take the car.
I will.
Just get to a Lady Jane's and automatically register for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick's GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week, walking anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Happy to have you along for the ride. And, big show today. Subscribe to the podcast, Big D Energy Podcast. Go back and catch those first two segments. It was emotional. I spilled my guts to you guys. All right? Lions, Chiefs. To open the NFL season. I still don't think we're grasping that. I don't. But there is a date to it. We know what the story is. And it'll all officially drop. It will all officially drop tonight. So we will see what is going on with everything. How about Chiefs-Dolphins overseas? That'll be a good one.
In Germany.
In Germany. I know. That'll be a good one. But there are some others I do want to talk about. The NFL, by the way, Monday Night Football, Week 1, Bills at Jets. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, you want all the smoke? Tell me more,
Come on,
Aaron
man.
Rodgers.
Dude, it starts right here. That's just another chapter. That's a whole new movie segment. That's like Game of Thrones. We're over here watching Breaking Bad and stuff like this. That is unbelievable. Right out the rip.
Adiz 411. Neal, Oakland is better than Michigan at hoops. They've never won at the arena when they played Oakland.
Easy.
They never have.
When's the last time Oakland had an NCAA tournament win? That's also true.
2005.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's just trolling, but come on. Don't even try to justify that, Neal.
Golden Grizzlies.
Hey.
I don't see Sada Baby in Michigan games.
That's true.
That's fair.
And you never will.
No, that was hype. Jacked him up.
You did. Spencer Raxter and Sada Baby.
Yeah.
And easy.
We're chilling, yeah.
We had all the Detroit celebs in there.
Oh, yeah. That was hype.
It was pretty hype. Three of the last 18 NCAA tournaments we've been in at 1/11th of the budget.
That's fine. Guys like Kendrick Nunn, Kay Felder. Congratulations. For real. Jamal Cain.
1/11th of the budget, Sam.
I know.
But anyway, yes. But I did want to talk about
Take
that.
Trey Townsend over Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah, I would too. But yeah, talking about the scheduling, that is the one, D-Mac, that really, locally, yeah, we're fired up about, the Lions and the Chiefs and things like that, and that's new waters for us. But nationally, I will be locked in for Bills Jets Monday night.
I could even, depending on the schedule, like a get together to watch that game. I mean, just the hype and the drama. And what does it go back to, Neal? The same conversation. They got us hooked. They're the caffeine, nicotine, crack cocaine, whatever it is.
If only the heavyweights were still doing Monday Night Football.
It was a great time.
Those were great times.
Some other ones that I have seen. We talked about Week 4. Obviously, Lions Thursday night at Lambeau against Green Bay. Week 4, Monday Night Football. The Seahawks will be at the Giants. The Giants will have 3 of their first 4 games of the season in primetime.
Damn.
Daniel Jones.
Is that Danny Dimes?
Got that contract. Let's see
Coach
what
of the
you
year,
do.
Brian Dable.
Yeah. But I can't wait we are Aaron Rodgers, man. The Bills are rolling into town.
What unis do you think the Lions are wearing at Arrowhead? I hope it's the all whites.
Oh God, I hope so too.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
All
man.
whites will be.
Oh
there.
yeah, first game.
Yeah.
Oh, that money.
Because they cooked Green Bay in the all white.
Yep.
The all whites were so clean,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
You tasting it?
They got the helmet too this year, possibly the alternate helmet. We don't know what it is yet, but
Which goes back to small, and I saw this, Neal. I don't know if you saw this, but Rod Wood got some love. Steve Reiner. Can we give Rod Wood some kudos for his role in all this between Hard Knocks and the draft next year? He's done a good job making Detroit legit.
and Sheila.
Well,
Yeah.
Sheila better get cheered the first time she walks out, like with
for
the
sure.
biggest baby face Stone Cold pop
Lions
you ever
fans.
heard in your life, to get it on track. But I just thought, it's somebody giving Rod Wood some kudos.
That's fair.
Yeah.
A shout out to the Detroit Sports Commission too, because they're the ones that go pitch the league and put the bid together and do all that stuff to get the
them
NFL
too.
draft. We're gonna get some people on from there as things roll through.
Tell us the way it goes.
Yeah, I do because
How
I'm
do we
curious.
make it happen? The why.
Yeah.
I want to know the why.
And the how. Yeah.
And the how. How does it work?
Some Packers scheduling notes. They will have 5 primetime games this year, even without Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, Thanksgiving in Detroit, as we talked about. Some Monday night football for the Packers as well. They will be at the Raiders in Week 5. So
Ooh.
Packers against Devontae Adams. So there's that one as well. But I just keep going back to this Aaron Rodgers-Bills game, man.
Does the Jets? Did you look? Did they have any other prime time?
Yeah, I haven't seen exactly
deep
what the
dive.
story is, but as I said, Week 1, right out of the rip, they're Monday Night Football. So as you figure, they will be. I heard they sold like a ton of season tickets the day they made the trade and all that stuff, and I just don't see how it works out well. Show me the example.
Show me the press conference.
Yeah.
That's all. That's how long does he get away with being Aaron Rodgers? With the Schwarmy not answered.
I think he's going to get away with it for about 46 minutes the first Week 1 of the season. Because I want the Bills to go in there and drop a hammer on them, a hammer, and I want 110 New York reporters at his locker saying, "Aaron, what happened? What happened?" Not the Green Bay stuff. Well, Aaron, some things certainly didn't go your way tonight. Just kind of break down the game from us as you saw it. It's not going to be like that. Aaron, why'd you suck tonight? That's how it's going to be now. You don't control the 5 reporters at your locker anymore. It's New York City. I can't wait for it. D-Mac, this is what I signed up for. This is it.
And again, it goes back. See, because you know why the NFL can carry so much is because, and not even through fantasy football or betting and all this other stuff, but it's the narratives that you can follow, not only your team, and if your team gets good, then you want to invest more, but all the narratives throughout. Then when you get good, then you start hating other teams and rooting against other teams and rooting. There's so many storylines throughout the NFL. And they always keep pumping it out there. So, I mean, self-awareness is the fact that they're going to keep doing it, so you're going to keep ingesting it, so you might as well just figure out how to make it comfortable. So you don't have to gorge all the time, right? You can't drink the whole bottle all the time. They tell me.
I was told.
I was told.
You can if you try real hard. I guess you can. Let me see. What other, just kind of spinning around. Just seeing what I pick off there. The Cowboys against 49ers in Week 5. That's another one that's going to be
in San Fran.
Yes, I believe so. So we'll see. We'll see everything that shakes out. We will get that tonight.
Is there anything you're looking for schedule wise to fall, like where where we play the division games, is it a game off of a Thursday night game that we play Chicago, or is there something in the schedule that you're really looking for, or you just sort of drop it to me and I'm ready,
and we'll analyze it and we'll get the lay of the land for all of it. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. There's certain little landmine games that everyone has penciled in as a win that I don't trust, like the Falcons game.
Well, last year it was Carolina, and look what happened there. That was one of the
they ran for 300 yards in a half. Black Friday, the first ever Black. You know what? I do have this too as well. The first ever Black Friday game that they're going to do. It'll be the Jets and the Dolphins. You know what? Black Friday is a college football day. That is where I draw the line. Oh, yeah. For as much as I show up and take the hits like everybody else, and I just want more of the NFL drug, that is where I draw the line, NFL. You leave Black Friday alone. Black Friday's LSU, Arkansas during the day. Nebraska, Colorado, that kind of stuff.
We feel about Black Friday like we feel about Black Santa on this show.
Absolutely. All
Show
inclusive.
The respect
that
it deserves. That's all we want.
I just give it. That's a college football day. You can't just go take everything, NFL. You can't. You already cannibalized Thanksgiving.
So you've accepted the fact that they've snuck their way in on Saturdays, right? Which was a college day, and you've
but they did it after college football.
Okay, and you're good with that. But this one is just a blatant. Oh. Sorry, did I run over your lawn?
Yeah, 100%. They didn't even stop. They just kept going. And that's
is that
why
your
for
mailbox?
Me, they already took away, and look, I'm going to be in the vast minority here, but they already took away Thanksgiving night with the Egg Bowl, the Mississippi State. I loved it. Thanksgiving night. Now there's an NFL game, and I just, they've diluted it so much. They've taken a little bit away out of Thanksgiving to me. And now you're going to do the Black Friday. It's too much, NFL. You're too. What are you going to start playing on Saturdays now too? You're going to go up against Michigan, Ohio State, and rivalry. That's a rivalry weekend for college football. That's supposed to be sacred. Oregon State. TCU's supposed to play Oklahoma that day. That's a college football day. No.
See,
I'm dying on the hill.
That might be a great conversation later. Is it because do people draw their sword there? Do they feel the same way that you do? That's the NFL overextending its authority, as Mr. Cartman would say.
I know. You guys love it, and there's nothing I can do about it. You know what else you love? Cintron.
Oh, I love that.
It's the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. D-Mac, I'm sure, was crushing one last night at AEW Wrestling. Two. Cranberry, classic or sugar-free?
One black and one red.
Okay, there you go. So one cranberry for him. You can try them, too. That's right. The Red Wings 6-pack, $15, free shipping to your door. Boom. You can try them all. Find out which flavor you are of Cintron. Again, this is for Woodward sports fans only. DrinkCintron.com/Woodward. DrinkCintron.com/Woodward. Free shipping, everybody. The 6-pack sampler box to your door. You can be like Darren McCarty, crush it at Keyworth Stadium, crushing it at Little Caesars Arena, wherever he is, and you can do it too. It's the official energy drink of the Red Wings. Once you try it, it'll be the official energy drink for you as well. It's Cintron, Darren McCarty.
Drink it. Love it with Cintron.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rackstaw here with you. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Aaron Stoner says, Neal, I legit can't believe you're complaining about more football. What in the actual F is your deal, brah? Black Friday is a college football. Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, Saturday.
Guys, it gets deeper. It's about the get right. And how he books in on Black Friday is a big get right day.
Yes.
And then the fact that he's got to change his college to pro brain because you know how he does with the. And what's the get right at?
We are 40-13.
Documented.
Right, Sam Flannel?
So that's why there's a little bit into that too, right? There's a little that.
Absolutely.
So
that's what it is for me. And oh, by the way, breaking news too. I'll actually be home Thanksgiving weekend this year for the first time. First time in my career, broadcasting career actually, because we're playing in the Cayman Islands Classic. We go there the weekend before Thanksgiving and play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then come home.
Nice.
So I'll be home for Thanksgiving, and I'm really hyped about that, and really hyped about going to the Cayman Islands, obviously, as you might imagine. Again, just another example of how the NFL takes over our lives. Your Tigers are 1.5 games out of first place.
Eduardo Rodriguez,
man. Cy Young favorite right now. Gotta be.
Tied second last 6 games with 5+ innings, 1 runner under, number 2 all time in Tigers history. He's dealing, man, and he's only going to make his value. So, again, it goes to the conversation we had yesterday. Is that he is legitimately an ace the way that he's throwing
right
the ball.
Now, yes,
right now. So now it's a hot commodity, and hopefully Scott Harris will realize this, and if there's something to be done, it will be done to better this team. But, I mean, they're grinding, dude, and I want you to tell people right now, right, Zach McKinstry, you called one of his games at Central Michigan University, right?
Central was playing Oakland. Oakland had Mike Brasso, who plays for the Milwaukee Brewers, hit the home run for the Tampa Bay Rays against the Yankees at the end of the game. Remember that one, Sam Flannel?
It's electric, yeah.
It was electric.
And what did you say when we were talking, because they were showing him beforehand?
That is one of the big pickups that no one noticed, and I know he's been through it, and he's played with 3 different teams, and the career batting average is low. But from what I've locked in and when I've watched him, he's a 10-year major leaguer.
It's almost like the late maturation of it takes some guys a little bit longer, and maybe that's the beauty of being the Tigers in the position that they're in right now, is to be able to take a chance with a guy on a second chance or something and put him in the position that he needs to be in.
Yeah, and he's one of the big reasons. And look, I know in our society today, when I make that statement, say this guy's like a 10-year major league player, they're like, oh, and I'm sure Brandon Katz is like, he stinks. No, both things can be true here. I'm not saying he's going to be a star. I'm going to say he's going to be a guy where you know what you get. That's it. That's my projections for Zach McKinstry.
And isn't that, and we're talking on this Tigers team. To know what you're going to get is something, because
it's valuable, because you don't know what you're going to get.
Invaluable.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. My guy Matt Broder, the trade value keeps going up, Neal. Steve Reinert says Erod's going to bring in a nice return. Rich Diana says don't sell him yet, Neal. And guys, look, this isn't now. This isn't a today thing, but I'll make it a today thing as we ride out of here. He's going to opt out. If you're not in the business of re-signing him, see, this is a top shelf argument here. You know what I say when I mean top shelf. This is at the top. This will tell me everything I need to know about the philosophy, right? If you're serious about re-signing him, then you don't trade him.
Nope.
But if you know you are not going to re-sign him, then you trade him.
And here's the thing, right? Where we're sitting here, if we were having this conversation a year ago, the incompetency of doing it the wrong way would be, right? Through Malavila, but this is Scott Harris, so hopefully we can have some faith that whatever direction, whichever way he wants to go, that he'll make the right decision, because he's proven. Look at the guys that he's brought into the lineup, right? He's brought some Major League Baseball players in the lineup. Hence, how do I know? The Tigers are 1.5 games out. I know it's a crappy division, but I still don't care.
There's
you
nothing.
have to play what's in front of you, and you know what? It's more entertaining to turn on the TV and watch a highlight or listen to the radio these days and not have to turn off the game.
And analytically,
you play to win the game.
Analytically, it's proven they are far and away the quote luckiest team in baseball by those analytics. Far and away,
Vikings of Major League Baseball.
They're getting outscored by a ton, but you know what? They're a game and a half out. And as you said, Luke Sari says, Erod won't get as much as you think. He went AWOL last year in his career 3-4 ERA pitcher who is 30. And Luke, you're right. Like, people do need to kind of temper. You do well to get a top 75 prospect. You're not getting anyone's number 1, 2, or 3 prospect for him. But with that being said, and there's nothing on his resume to suggest that this will continue. Is that fair? That's a fair statement.
That's fair. He's never been Cy Young good. He's always just been a very fine pitcher.
My thing with it is this. He is going to opt out because this will be his contract. This is his season. This is his contract that will set it all up. It's not unrealistic to think he could get 5 for 100.
No.
$20 million a year?
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Yeah, very reasonable, which would be a big raise from what he has right now. Mm-hmm. And if you're not going to pay it, Tigers ownership, then trade him. Period. End of story.
Well,
that'll about do it.
No.
Tonight, everyone, go see your dealer. The schedule drops.
Deuces.
Your plug. Thanks for tapping into Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.